Desiree Coleman, and even before she was old enough to buy a drink, she was performing in nightclubs in New York. In a very short period of time, Desiree went from performing in New York's Black Spectrum Theater to the Miss Teenage Universe contest to originating the role of Doris Winter in the musical Mama Want to Sing. It was actually an appearance on the Merv Griffin show that caught Patti LaBelle's attention, though, and started the musical relationship that exists today. Patti and her husband are Desiree's managers. It is a great pleasure to welcome to Video Soul a beautiful and talented, not to mention sweet young lady by the name of Desiree Coleman.
Thank you.
It's good to have you here.
It's great to be here.
I've heard so much about you. I mean, you did some dates with Patti LaBelle. Were you actually singing with Patti, or did she bring you on stage and do some things with her?
Yes, when I first met her, my mom actually had me to meet her. She was performing at, it slipped my mind, Westbury Music Fair, Westbury Music Fair. And I was doing Mama I Want to Sing at the time. My mother had gone to see Patti LaBelle, and that evening when I came home from the show, my mom said, I met Patti LaBelle today. You know, I said, really? She said, you're going to sing with her tomorrow. I said, you're kidding. And she said, no, really. Well, that following evening, after the show I was doing, which was Mama I Want to Sing, I went to the Westbury Music Fair, and she put a choir robe on me, and she said, actually, I didn't even meet her yet.
Oh, really?
No, one of her, I guess, staff members or something, they put a choir robe on me, and I went outside as part of the act, and she pulled me out of the choir to do like some ad-lib.
Yeah.
And that was history. Afterwards, she said, oh, you were great, you have a great voice. And she said, didn't I see you on the Merv Griffin show? And I said, yeah. And then she said, well, why don't you come back and come to the Gershwin with me to do the same thing? And that's when it started.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Boy, that's an incredible story. I mean, so your mother took her to see you sing in Mama I Want to Sing. Is that right? So she did hear you sing before she put you on stage?
No, well, on the Merv Griffin show, but she wasn't actually sure that it was the same girl.
Person.
Right.
Oh, really?
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was the song that you sung when you put on the choir robe?
It was part of You Are My Friend.
Oh, wow. That is a great song. That's one of the all-time great performances to me on record. I mean, Patti just kills that song.
It's a great song.
It really is. That had to be a thrill. I mean, to be on the stage behind Patti LaBelle. I mean, you hadn't even met her at that point.
It was exciting. It was the energy that she has and the feeling and just knowing that she's singing from her heart.
Yeah.
It was a feeling that's undescribable.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
So it was great.
She definitely sings from the heart. Were you nervous when you went out?
Yes, as always. I'm nervous now. I'm always nervous.
Why? Or how can you explain that? I mean, why are you nervous? You know, I mean, how can you explain that? You just are.
Yeah.
Well, we try to relax you.
It was fun.
Yeah?
Yeah. It was real fun. Then when I went back to the Gershwin with her, that was even more exciting because a lot of my friends who were going to see her shows were there, so it was even more cheering than just people who, were hearing me for the first time.
Yeah.
So it was fun.
But did you have any idea Patti was going to help you at that point as much as she did?
Well, you know what happened? My mom was seeking management for me at the time. She had been managing me prior to meeting Patti LaBelle. And she said to Pat in the limousine one night, she said, Miss LaBelle, if you know anyone who's looking to manage, my daughter or, some great talent, as the way she said it, she said, why don't you let me know? And she said, okay. Well, after the 2 weeks at the Gershwin, her husband approached my mom and he said, we're interested. And they talked and that was it.
So did Patti actually have Patti and her husband have interest in managing an act, or did this interest come about because they found you?
I don't think I could answer that. I do know that my manager, Armstead Edwards, which is her husband, he is managing Edwin Hawkins. Edwin, yeah. And Jay and Kelvin and other people. I don't know if they came at the same time that I did or if it was after.
So did Patti and her husband actually get your record deal with Motown?
Yes, I got my record deal. Yes, they did. I got my record deal from Gerald Busby,
Yeah.
and I was ecstatic.
Oh, I'm sure.
I was so happy. Yeah.
Well, you were one of the best. We've talked about Gerald on this show before, and for our viewers, they probably remember me talking about Gerald Busby when he was at MCA Records. Well, he's now at Motown.
I was at MCA Records before I went to Motown.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, when Gerald went over to Motown, he said, Miss Coleman, would you like to come go with me? So I said, sure, because I have a lot of trust, and faith in him. And I said, well, sure. So we just went over there.
Well, I mean, you were the best. I mean, this man has a reputation of being able to take an act all the way.
Definitely.
I mean, yeah, just detail is his thing, right? I mean, marketing, everything. When he's behind it, it happens.
Yeah.
Especially when he got talent to work with like you. I mean, you give him a lot to... You started singing when you were 6?
6. I started singing in church. I was singing in the gospel chorus, which was an adult choir. And here's this 8-year-old little girl directing and leading most of the songs.
Really?
Yeah, which was fun for me. A lot of times, as I said, my mom has been one to really push me and push my career. I didn't want to sing, and she wanted me to sing. So I was singing for a long time, and then in junior high school, singing in talent shows and, so many things, banquets. And then when I got into high school, which was music and art, I entered a Miss Teenage Universe pageant, and I won the pageant, which was girls from all over the country, all over the universe, representing their countries, not actually coming from there, but representing. And the second runner-up was Miss Argentina. Argentina, yeah. And after that, I went into Mama I Want to Sing. And
so how do you keep your feet on the ground? I mean, here you are, you're crowned one of the most beautiful, not the most beautiful teenager in the world.
Well, it had a lot to do with grades, and we couldn't wear bathing suits and things like that, but we wore little shorts. And, I'm sorry, I cut you off.
Oh, no. I was just wondering, how do you keep your feet on the ground behind all of that? And you're very young. Can I ask you how old you are?
No, you cannot.
Okay. Thought I'd try. What the heck?
Pick a number. I mean, papers have quoted different things.
Oh, okay.
21. 21.
You're 21.
Yeah.
And all this has happened for you, 21. I mean, there's so many artists out there that search for these contracts for years, and at 31, they're still trying.
Yeah, well, I think I'm blessed, and I give all the glory to God and all the honor, the praise. I constantly stay in church now. This business has not changed me any. I don't believe that it ever will. I believe that there's a time for everyone. I believe that if there's a certain goal you want to reach, to keep trying, and you will sooner or later reach that goal. And I think that my faith lies in Him, and if this is not for me, I said, well, God, move me from it. I give Him control of my life. And if I can minister to anyone or just make anyone feel a little bit better, then I feel that whatever I do is good.
Well, I don't think this is going to change you at all, just from the short time I've known you here today. I mean, you got a wonderful personality.
Thank you.
Let's take a look at the video now. This one's called Romance, and Lavert sung background vocals for you on this one.
Did.
Okay. This is Desiree Coleman on Video Soul.